Who's ready?
I'm ready!
Who's ready?
I'm ready!
Who's ready?
I'm ready!
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 cartoons that are timeless.
Hey, Batsy! This is where I leave you flat.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most classic animated shows that are just as great now as they were when they first aired. Since standing the test of time is a criterion here, we won't be considering newer series. Before we get started, let us know what your favorite cartoon of all time is in the comments below. Number 10. Teen Titans. There are very few animated kids shows as balanced as Teen Titans. The storylines are interesting and complex, the stakes are often high, and the lessons are easily digestible for younger audiences.
There are those on other planets who feel Tamaranians are inferior. Truck is what they call us.
So he's calling you a terrible name. And you know that if you punch him out, it'll just confirm all the bad stuff he thinks about you.
Yes.
No matter your age, this is a series that has everything you could want from teen superheroes.
Consider yourself don't.
Amid the heavier themes are just the right doses of humor, a sprinkling of romance, and some great relationship dynamics. There's no need to even mention how fantastic the voice acting and animation is, but we will anyway.
You have been somewhat lobstery lately.
I think she means crabby.
With anime influences, character expressions are nothing short of hilarious, and a distinct professional voice cast made for especially memorable characters. Number 9. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, put down your pitchforks. Yes, the 1987 series was the one that started it all, and it has certainly withstood the test of time through merchandise and memorabilia. But as for the show itself,
Monsters!
Relax, lady.
One twitch and your history, scum!
A lot of the humor is outdated, and some plot lines fall short of the stuff that came after it. With that said, the 2003 TMNT is a little darker, with grittier narratives and the kind of tongue-in-cheek comedy that holds up through the generations.
You guys, you've all been, well, great. And by guys, I guess I mean 4 big green talking turtles and a giant talking rat.
The turtles feel more like characters than caricatures, and it's overall a very well-written show.
Yeah, he's acting like me.
Oh, great. That's just what we need. Another you. Now, another me would be a different story. That would be a good thing.
Underrated as it is, this is a series worth your time, no matter when you get around to it. Number 8. Kim Possible.
So what's the sitch?
While Kim Possible was certainly appreciated during its time, it's easy to forget how good it is, even in today's context. We all remember Draken as one of our favorite campy villains, but the show also features a lot of smart writing, good pacing, and some self-awareness that makes for a really enjoyable watching experience.
Sometimes when you really get to know somebody, and after their brainwaves are flipped, you find you have more in common than you think. She's like a big sister.
Yes, a big sister who used to punch and kick you, and mean it!
There's also some clever humor for older viewers sprinkled in, and though it never ventures into territory that's too dark, we get the sense that Kim is in real danger sometimes. Not only was it encouraging to see a teen girl take on the role of hero at the time, but she was also tangible enough that she never felt invincible.
So, Kim Possible, I'll bet you're wondering what horrible fate I've devised for you this time.
Surprise me.
Ooh, you teenagers and your sass. Just wanna, wow.
If you're feeling nostalgic for the early 2000s, KP's got you covered. Number 7. Gravity Falls. While a little more recent than some of the other entries on our list, this is a cartoon that's still talked about all the time, and for good reason.
You asked for it, you got it. An entire 48-hour marathon of ghost harassers on the Used to Be About History channel.
Gravity Falls was one of the first major animated children's shows to become serialized in some capacity, a structure that largely contributed to its success. There's a mystery afoot, one that unravels beautifully over the course of the 2 seasons.
I know what matters to me now, and it's finding the author of this journal.
You're over windy. Allow me to put on my skepticals. Whoop!
I've moved on, Mabel. You should too.
Skepticals.
It's exactly the story it was trying to be, and that's what makes it so great. it managed to combine intricate world building, impressive elements of horror, and lovable characters, all while making us laugh every few minutes.
Now come into the panic room. There's enough mini sandwiches and oxygen to last you, me, and a butler a full week. We'll eat the butler.
With puzzles, ciphers, and hidden details galore, Gravity Falls is always an incredibly fun watch. Number 6. The Powerpuff Girls. While Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup are totally famous in pop culture, their show is just as iconic as their character profiles. The original series combined cute and badassery without a hitch, incorporating witty humor at every turn and leaning into all the action-packed fights you could want from a trio of kindergartners.
That's it? That's not a good reason at all. Really? Really?
With an esteemed cast of voices and thoughtful writing, it's unsurprising how well this show holds up all these years later.
Behold! Mojo Jojo's finest diabolical plan ever! What are you doing? You wouldn't dare.
Things don't necessarily translate as well in the reboot, but the 90s Powerpuff Girls has certainly earned its place in the Cartoon Hall of Fame. Number 5. SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm ready! I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Go, SpongeBob!
If the fact that the series is still airing today is any indication, SpongeBob continues to defy generational gaps. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who can't sing along to the theme song, which is a testament to both its popularity and perpetuity.
SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants!
Of course, the series has changed somewhat over the years, but its outlandish concept and zany characters are unlike anything else out there.
Do you smell it? That smell. A kind of smelly smell. A smelly smell that smells smelly.
While serialized cartoons are easy to get hooked on, SpongeBob is nice because you can turn on any episode for a few laughs whenever you need it. It's no Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it's not trying to be, and that's probably why it's stuck around for so long. Number 4. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Air, water, earth, and fire. That's the Avatar cycle. Of course.
The holy grail of cartoons, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a series no one will shut up about for probably ever. And we wouldn't want it any other way. As perhaps the first animated children's show to have episodes follow each other, and to take place during an all-out war, ATLA isn't held to such a high standard for no reason. The animation is stunning, the world building is fleshed out and complex, and it handles bigger, more mature concepts in ways kids can understand.
No wonder they were trying to hack us up. You stole their waterbending scroll.
I prefer to think of it as high-risk trading.
The show not only has a strong moral compass and admirable characters audiences of all ages can look up to, but also a narrative that draws viewers in each and every time.
Well, no one has seen an airbender in 100 years. We thought they were extinct, until my granddaughter and grandson found you.
Number 3. The Scooby-Doo franchise. While not every Scooby-Doo show can be compared, the fact that the franchise as a whole has continued to reboot for over 5 decades worth of audiences is saying something.
What do you know? A ham sandwich. Wouldn't you know it eats some mustard? This has gotta be my imagination, otherwise I'd be scared stiff.
Admittedly, the dynamic of the Scooby Gang does have some sort of magic to it, and watching them solve mysteries is always as entertaining as the last time we caught them on TV.
Sheriff, look! He's getting away!
I think our glowing friend just made a bad mistake.
2 series in particular have been praised among the fans: the original 1969 Scooby-Doo Where Are You? And Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, which premiered in 2010.
Start searching, gang.
If we're lucky, we'll find a subtle clue that will help us.
Mystery Incorporated has some awesome storytelling and solid character development, while the original series has great nostalgia value and laughs aplenty. Number 2. Batman the Animated Series.
I have alerted Mr. Dentzer. He and Miss Isley patiently await your arrival at the Rose Cafe.
How's the food there?
In my humble opinion, sir, exquisite.
And here we've reached the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the crown jewel of all Batman series. Not only does its animation feel timeless, a feat which it managed to achieve by combining styles both new and old, but the writing is also just superb.
You presume to tell me what I should think is funny? In fact, when have you ever contributed a worthwhile idea to this gang?
Well, I did get us away from Batman.
It fleshed out classic Batman villains, giving them more depth, while constructing high-stakes situations and earnest storylines. The effort put into this show is palpable.
Why, Isley?
Oh, please. Call me Poison Ivy.
It worked in the 90s and it still works now, much to the relief of those of us who are in the business of rewatching our favorite childhood cartoons. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, a stellar roster of characters, great writing, and unlimited awesomeness.
It's too late. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is.
The Spectacular Spider-Man. Despite being cancelled, this is largely regarded as the best Spider-Man cartoon.
He may be right. I really just ran it.
What are you babbling about? Put me down!
Dude, you are the bossiest damsel in distress I have ever rescued.
Phineas and Ferb. It's even better now that we're older.
Look, see?
Okay, I give up. What am I supposed to be looking at?
No! It's not possible!
I'm gonna go get the cart.
The Peanuts franchise. From comics dating back to the 50s, we're always happy to see the Peanuts gang.
He is truly a good dog. He is also a loyal friend. Therefore, I would like to recommend Old Banana Nose for Neighborhood Dog of the Year.
Over the Garden Wall. You might only want to watch it in the fall, but you can watch it every fall.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did you know that if you soak a raisin in grape juice, it turns into a grape? It's a rock fact.
Ugh, you're not helping at all.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the Looney Tunes franchise.
Say, have you seen a wabbit one by here? No, I haven't, Mac, but what can I get you?
It's hard to deny that a franchise spanning from the 1930s to now is anything but timeless. While we're sure there's probably a lot of content in the older media that's unacceptable, we like to think the franchise has evolved to fit the standards and humor of every era it reboots in.
I do chores. No, you don't. Well, I pay for things. Like what? I bought leather socks the other day. Red leather.
With such a giant roster of characters, there's so much to explore and so many different ways to portray everyone. Probably the most famous series in the inventory is The Bugs Bunny Show, which ran for a whopping 40 years. And we thought SpongeBob was long. If you catch us in front of the TV on Saturday morning with a bowl of cereal and some Looney Tunes, just know that some things never change.
Meh. What's up, Doc?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.